Catfight's always fun. Now, it's a inter-party fight between the Republicans on the Senate side, the House side. They're all going at each other. Tom Cole starts the festivities. He's a very important deputy majority whip in the House side. He gets to say the things that Boehner wants to say but can't say in public. Here's what he said about the idea of shutting down the government, as the Republicans seem to want to do over the debt ceiling fights, etc.
It seems to me there's appropriate ways to deal with the law, but shutting down the government to get your way over an unrelated piece of legislation is the political equivalent of throwing a temper tantrum. It's just not helpful, and I think it's the sort of thing that could create a backlash that could cost the Republicans the majority in the House, which is, after all, the last line of defense against the president, and could materially undercut the ability of Republicans in the Senate to capture the majority.
Oh, temper tantrum. That's interesting. Well, there's a lot of people on the other side saying, oh, yeah, we got to shut it down. One of the insane ideas is unless they agree, the Democrats do in the Senate, and the president himself agrees to defund Obamacare, meaning end Obamacare, we're going to shut down the government and not allow for any extra spending or to even pay the bills we already accrued. President Obama and the Democrats aren't going to just hand you the health care plan that they worked so hard for. Were you planning to shut? Okay, fine, here. The only thing that Obama's really gotten accomplished. Go ahead, take it, defund it, we'll kill it. They're not going to do that. So that means you're saying you would flat out shut the government down. In fact, Ted Cruz, Mitch McConnell, who's the leader of the Republicans in the Senate, Marco Rubio, another guy thinking of running for president, John Cornyn have all signed that letter saying they intend to do that. Are they that crazy? Maybe. Tom Cole goes on to say, I don't think you ought to try to blackmail the administration on a fight that they won politically in the House, the Senate, and the Supreme Court by threatening to shut down the government. Now, he's saying my fellow Republicans are throwing temper tantrums and they're trying to blackmail the president. So, Ted Cruz, how do you respond to this?
If we want to stop this train wreck from hitting hardworking American families, the time to do so is now. We have an opportunity in the next 68 days to actually defund Obamacare. The most important check and balance the Constitution gives Congress over an overreaching executive is the power of the purse.
You know you could be in a fight within your own party on this front.
Look, I think so many Americans are frustrated with career politicians in both parties. You don't get a $17 trillion debt without a whole lot of bipartisan cooperation, without a whole lot of Democrats trying to spend way too much money and a whole lot of Republicans going along with it.
In other words, have at it, Hoss. Keep going. You guys fight amongst yourselves. See how it turns out. Look, in the old days, they would play this game, and they played it brilliantly against Obama. Tom Cole would come in, and Roy Blunt, who's now a senator from Missouri, and John Boehner would appear to be the reasonable guys. Okay, all right, Ted, all right, Rand Paul, all you guys, come on, cut it out now. Oh, President Obama, what am I going to do, man? My right wing is crazy. You got to come 90% towards me. Or as Boehner once said after the negotiations, he got 98% of what he wanted because they'd play this good cop, bad cop thing, right? Now, I'm actually convinced that the Ted Cruzes of the world are not playing. It's not a good cop, bad cop game. They really do want to shut down the government. They really are crazy. There is no brilliant three-dimensional chess strategy here. They're like, nuke it, press the button. God knows what kind of damage they can cause to our economy, to the full faith and credit of the United States of America, and to the American people. And as much as it hurts the Republican Party, all this fighting internally, it's a funny thing to say, but I hope Tom Cole of Oklahoma, John Boehner, Roy Blunt win that fight, because these guys like Ted Cruz are crazy and they might destroy our economy.